I was devastated when Dad died. I know it's cliche, but he was the best parent that I could have ever asked for. Though his health had been declining for a while and we knew that he didn't have long, it didn't make it any easier. I loved my father. I think that's part of what made these VHS tapes a little bit more shocking. I was visiting Mom, taking a bit of time off of work just to grieve when she revealed them to me. "Jeremy, I need to talk to you," she said, slowly taking a seat at the table. I rushed to help her into the chair, but she waved me off. Despite how bad her arthritis was, she was adamant on that she could still do specific things and was nimble as a 19-year-old still. "Is something wrong? It sounds serious," I said once she'd had the chance to adjust herself. Mom's expression seemed bleaker than usual, grim even. She hadn't been the same after Dad's passing, but this was something else, something darker. "Well, not exactly. Your father asked me to do this. He made me promise that even if I had outlived him, I was to give you these tapes. If it was up to me, I would have thrown them out ages ago. No one needs to know what's on them, but this was his dying wish, and I have to respect that." Mom nodded to a box lying on the kitchen table. I glanced at it, then turned back to her, unsure of what I should make of her revelation. Okay, it's nothing illegal, is it? Mom, this is kind of freaking me out." She stared at the table before her eyes a contemplating mix of emotions. "I can't say for certain." A gnawing sense of unease began to twist in my stomach into knots. "Alright, if they're that bad, I'm not sure you won't want to watch them with me. Can I borrow your VHS player for a few days? I'll bring it back when I'm done." "Yes, but Jeremy, please know before you watch those tapes that your father was a different man back then. I don't want those videos to change your perception on him." I took a deep breath, considering her words. I can't promise anything without seeing them, but I hope they don't. I didn't watch the VHS tapes for months. I just couldn't bring myself to do it. If there was something really that shocking, I didn't know if I ever wanted to see them. Mom didn't bring them up again, but she did seem very different after that day. Every time she looked at me, I could see shame hiding beneath her gaze. I felt sorry for her. This wasn't her fault. Now I don't know how to feel. After half a year, I had completely forgotten about them. The tapes sat on my bookshelf gathering dust, blending in with the fixtures in the room. It was my girlfriend who reminded me that they were even there. "Jay, why do you have this box of VHS tapes? Have you been watching naughty videos behind my back?" Crossing her arms. "What? No, I haven't even seen those yet. I got them from my dad when he passed." Emma's looks of suspicion melted away and cheeks flushed with color. "I'm so sorry, I wouldn't have brought it up if I'd known. Do you want to watch them together? I know this has been really tough for you, and I want to support you in any way that I can." I mulled it over for a moment before making my decision. "Thanks for the offer. I really appreciate you being here for me, but I think this is something that I need to do alone." Emma pursed her lips and nodded before pulling me into a warm embrace. I watched the tapes that night. I decided that I'd been putting it off for long enough. Best to get it over with, right? It took longer than I'd like to admit to get the VHS player set up. It wasn't difficult, but technology and all that I don't see eye to eye with. I took a deep breath as I popped in this first tape and sank into my sofa and pressed play on the remote. The video began with a pitch black screen. A faint rustling followed before Dad came into frame. his face too close to the camera. He placed his camcorder down before backing away. "This is trial number 1. Jeremy, if you're watching, then I'm probably not around anymore. I don't think anyone is going to believe this. Hell, I don't even believe it myself, but I think I've caught my big break. If I'm right, then I may have found the cure for death. That's right." He grinned. "I think I've discovered the compound for immortality." Even through the poor quality, I could see a manic gleam in my father's eyes. This man wasn't the same one who raised me. He couldn't be. Dad worked in medicine, but he had never uttered a peep about any of this. And that expression, I barely recognized him. Dad stepped off the screen for a moment, and my heartbeat dropped. Behind him, strapped to an operating table, was a child. Me. I was unconscious in my parents' basement, blissfully unaware of what my father was doing. I leaned forward, horrified, yet morbidly curious. Dad walked back into frame, wielding a syringe filled with a liquid blacker than night. It was so dark that it seemed to consume the light surrounding it. "Here it is, my magnum opus. If my theory is correct, this compound should have the ability to regenerate cells. In short, it should eliminate the possibility of death by natural causes. Cells will no longer wither away. In other words, the body will not age past maturity. I pray that this works." My heart hammered in my chest as Dad plunged that needle into my arm. Almost immediately afterward, my body began to writhe and convulse on this operating table. Dad's face dropped. He clearly hadn't anticipated that. The convulsions stopped as quickly as they began, much to his relief. But then my eyes shot open. They were completely black. A deep, inhuman cackling erupted from my lips. Dad went pale as a ghost. "Thank you," I said in a voice that was not my own. "You have given me a vessel, foolish human." The table shook violently, my arms and legs flailing in the constraints. I continued to cackle in that disturbing bellow as Dad watched me helplessly. "I hope you know what you've done. This child will never be rid of me. Never. I may lie dormant for years, waiting until the time is right. But know that you have sealed his fate." Then, the recording got off. I stared at the blank screen, unable to comprehend what I had just witnessed. That was impossible. It had to be a skit or a fabrication. I couldn't accept that what I had just seen was real. I had to know the truth. I ejected the first tape from the VHS, and then replaced it with the second. I watched for hours. Every tape afterward was a near replica of the first one before it. Instead of trying to find the serum for immortality, Dad was attempting to cure me of my affliction. Each video played out the same way. He would explain what this drug was, why it was supposedly going to work, and my body would writhe on the table. The demon or whatever ungodly creature that was would return and mock my father. Then the video would end. By the end I reached this last tape, my hope was wearing thin. Dad had failed dozens of times, countless different injections and no effect in reversing the damage. My breath hitched in my throat as I pressed play on that final video. "Jeremy, I'm sorry. I'm all out of ideas. What began as an experiment born out of just love quickly sourced into a curse that you have to bear. I never should have tried this. The guilt of my actions is eating me alive. He took a moment to wipe away the tears welling in his eyes. I don't know what else to do. I've been trying to fix my mistake for 12 years. You're going off to college in a few days, and without you living under my roof, I won't be able to conduct any of these experiments any longer. I'm sorry, son. I failed you. That was it. The video cut black, and I was left to sit there and think about what I had just seen. It's been 4 months since then. Over the past week, I've been blacking out. Huge chunks of my days have been disappearing from my memory without a trace. I'm not sure what exactly is going on, but I think it's related to my dad's experiments. I don't know what it wants from me, but I'm terrified because I think that thing from those tapes has finally awakened. Hey guys, I'm sorry, another short upload. This is the only amount of time that I had, and I apologize. We're gonna try something this coming up week. Well, this current week, and next week, hopefully. We're gonna see what happens. Yeah. So hopefully I'll have a video, I'll have 3 videos out this week. And then 3 to 4 next week. We're gonna see what happens. But yeah, once again, I apologize. I know that is kind of short, but if you enjoyed this, thanks for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to comment. Make sure to turn those post notifications on if you somehow managed to find me. And also make sure to subscribe, because I mean, like, we're kind of awesome over here. Even though the consistency's been a little bit wonky because I've been traveling a lot. But yeah. Thanks for watching. Make sure to check out the links in the description, Twitter, Instagram, everything like that, yada yada. Also, make sure to send me your stories. I mean, come on now. Make sure to check out the links in the description, Twitter, Instagram, yada yada, Gmail, yeah. But with that being said, stay safe, stay scary, and I'll see you in the next one.